lovelies, thanks for stopping by my channel today. I am excited to do this video with you. I think it's going to be a fairly quick favorites. Fingers crossed, we will see. That's always what I think, and then I just get to yammering. I feel like I don't have like a lot of favorites, but the ones that I have are really favorites. So I wanted to take some time to talk about those with you today. Now, if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist. And here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. So, like I said, I don't really have a lot here. I do have some things that I've really been loving, and then one that I just kind of wish I hadn't purchased, and it's making me miss one of my other favorites. So, let's go ahead and start out right now with a little, I don't know if this is going to be skincare. I think it's going to be skincare. Aquaphor. I have just recently come to really love this for my lips. Yes, that's right. I have been suffering from incredibly dry lips, and my friend Liz sent me this little reel about slugging for your lips. Not that kind of slug. Like the slugging where you are just basically loading up your lips with all of the good hydrating ingredients and then using something that is going to be an occlusive, something that is going to help protect your skin, lock in all that goodness. And that's what I've been doing at night. And actually Jeremy has been doing it too. So first of all, thanks Liz for that, because it's really been saving our lips. Jeremy's really been enjoying it. But seriously, like Aquaphor was one of the products that was recommended. Now I do enjoy a good lip balm, a good fancy lip mask moment. But I mean, really? I'm not sure if other than the like sensory experience of something that's like really like scented or flavored or something, if I will ever like get another lip mask once I go through all the ones that I have. I will say, I feel like Aquaphor has the texture almost like the Bite Agave lip mask, like the nighttime lip mask, except you could buy 4 of these for what you could buy one agave lip mask, and I really do like that mask, but now I'm realizing that it's probably just really overly priced. So for me at night, what I've been doing is just using a really hydrating lip balm. Also, I have no problem putting my skin moisturizer on my lips. Like at night, I will put my face cream on my lips, and then right before I'm going to bed, this is the last thing I do before I like boop onto the sleep meditation, I slather this on. This is Jeremy's. I stole it for this video, but I did just go to Target and buy my own. So I will have my own on my side of the bed, because I'm always like, babe, can I have the Aquaphor? So now I'll have my own. I'm an independent woman, I can buy my own Aquaphor. All right, so that one I'm really loving. Let me know in the comments down below if you are an Aquaphor user too. Oh, and by the way, I've been like putting it on my hands, my fingertips. Y'all, I'm a hairdresser, and let me tell you, these fingertips get a little crispy crunchity in the winter time. Okay, moving on. We're gonna talk about another product that's been around for a very long time. This particular bottle has been around a long time. This is the Rcma No Color Powder. You may know that this was in my project pan for 2021. I mean, I knew that I wasn't gonna go through this, like that wasn't gonna happen, but I have still been like on the mission to just use more of this, and I've just really fallen back in love with this product. I did probably lose a good like 1/8 of an inch due to an accident the other day. I had this open and I knocked it over on my vanity and it went onto the floor. So like there was powder everywhere. It was crazy. Not a lot came out, but enough to where I'm probably cheating if I say that like this was all me. But this I have just been using to set my concealer. It's usually either this one, or if I don't feel like messing with a loose powder, I pull out the Flawless Finish. But I really have been using this most days. So I really do love this one. I'm glad that I brought it out for Project Pan. I think that I just needed to get away from the thought of using it to use it and starting to use it because I really enjoy it. So this is a good one if you are looking for a really inexpensive powder for all over the face, for under your eye. The thing about this though is if you like something that gives you like a really matte set look, this probably isn't going to be for you. It's really, really finely milled, but I find that it still leaves like a natural finish. So if you're an oily person, this might not be your jam, but I love it. I love it all over the face, and maybe you do too. So now I'm trying to see here what else we have. Oh, another one that I recently started using again, the Hollywood Contour Wand. This is from Charlotte Tilbury, obviously, and I cannot remember who I was watching recently, but somebody was using this, and I was like, damn, I love that. Oh, I think it was maybe Maria from Aether Beauty. I was like, ah, yeah, I really do love those, and I pulled it out since I was watching her video, and it's just the greatest. It's the greatest contour. It's what I have on today in a very light amount, but I think that that's the whole point. Like, it's really just, it just looks like a shadow, but not like so deathly gray. And at first when I put it down, I almost feel like maybe it's a little bit too warm, but as it settles in, it just looks like I've got it up here on the edges of my hairline. It just looks so good. It blends into the skin so easily. It is pretty pricey for how much you get in here, but the thing of it is I don't really need that much. In fact, today when I used it, I didn't even like click any of it. I just used like the remnants of whatever the heck was still left on the sponge, and it did my face just fine. So this one I love. I love all of these like beauty ones, the Glowgasm ones. Oh, so good. So this is one that I've been thankful to be remembering to use recently. All right, let's get into some newness. So you all know that I am a single eyeshadow lover. I love them. I collect them. I love playing with them. I love looking at them. I love wearing them all over my eyes. By the way, today I do have all single shadows on my eyes, and my recent Devinah Cosmetics video shows you how to get this look. I was doing a little like multi-look video to celebrate the restock. So that restock will have already happened by the time you see this video, but if you want to go check it out, you can do that. I'll have it linked down below. But as I was saying, I love single shadows, but for the last month, partially due to what I've purchased and partially just trying to like break myself out of the habit of only touching single eyeshadows, I've pretty much only been touching palettes. And like I said, part of that is just because I love the palettes that I purchased. So I have purchased 2 palettes this year. I think that's all I purchased. If there were others, they were horrendous and I blocked them out of my mind because these are the only ones that I remember. And this must be a lucky year for me because I have loved them both. The first one being the Blend Bunny, the Dollhouse palette. I mean, you all know. You all know if you ever come to my channel or if you ever are on my Instagram, which by the way is KEEPBEAUTYREAL, you will know that I love this. I have posted several looks using this. I pull this out to use with other palettes, with other shadows. Like, it just can't be beat. The quality in here is great. I really love the reformulation of the shimmers that are in here. It's so good. I just saw that they did a little like quickie sale. They did 25% off of this palette. So hopefully if you were looking to get this one, you did snag this. It is wonderful. It's delicious and I love it. And I now have all 3 and I really can't wait to see what Blend Bunny brings out this year. I'm hoping for the sake of myself, but also a lot of you that said that you just don't love big palettes. I'm hoping that she comes out with a couple that are like half the size of this. I would really enjoy that. I just know not everybody loves this many options. I personally do. So if you like something a little bit smaller, but still just as delicious, I highly recommend the Nomad Cosmetics Whistler Snow Lodge palette. So this is a very different color story than the Dollhouse, but that's one thing that I love is like some variety in life, right? So I got this recently and I was so pumped because once they did the like sneak peek of the shadows, like I think they sneak peek like 4 shadows before they launch, and I was like, yep, getting it. I could not wait. I was really looking to add a couple more blues to my collection. I love this whole thing. I again have a video with 3 looks using this palette, and I loved all the looks that I created. So between doing those looks, like because I did 3 looks for each of these palettes, that's like 6 days, right? So I was really kind of like using these palettes predominantly, and then I just fell in love with them, and it was pretty much all that I've been using. So I'm trying to get back into some single shadow love, but palettes were just where it was at for me for this month, and I would highly recommend both of these. There's just something in a good quality, reliable palette, you know? Like, as long as you know that all of the shadows are going to work really well, as long as you know that the mattes aren't going to be patchy, the shimmers are going to shim, even if they're not like overly like bam shimmers. If you know what you're getting into, like with these shimmers, I feel like the Nomad shimmers, they are pretty. They are more like a, what I would call like standard shimmer, where it's shiny, it's not like overly sparkly, and it's not like overly foiled. They're really beautiful, and they have like a little bit of a texture to them. And I don't mean like a flaky or anything like that. There's just some like multi-dimensionalness. Bad English, but good description. So I really enjoy both of these palettes, and hopefully this is a sign of purchases to come. Like, I started off the year here. Hopefully it's not a downslide from here. Oh, we should probably just go ahead. Let's just go ahead and get the regret out of the way in the middle of the video, shall we? The Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Mascara. Okay, so is this a good mascara? Yeah, it thickens your lashes, you know, it makes them more voluminous, but I just find that I'm missing something. You know that I love the Bite Beauty Upswing Mascara, and there's something that I'm missing from this mascara. I don't know if it's, I don't think it keeps my lashes as curled and as lifted as the Upswing. I also find that this is like so much harder to get off. Like, at the end of the night, I really have to work hard to get this mascara off. And I don't love that. I really, really don't. If it was like an amazing dream come true mascara for me, I would deal with that. But I just find that it's like, it's okay. So at the beginning of the day, I'm like, yeah, I look good. And then by the middle of the day, I just feel like my lashes look a little bit tired. And I have longish lashes. I'm totally wearing falsies today, by the way. But I do have longish lashes, but if they start drooping, you don't see them and you'd never know. So I've been using this a lot, just kind of because I'm trying to like use it up before I open a Bite Upswing, but it's almost to that point where I want to like accidentally sort of like leave it kind of open so it dries up. I've actually been cranking through quite a few mascaras that I sort of had like half used in my drawer, and I've been getting through these, but I have not opened an Upswing yet. I'm trying to get through what I have, but this is one that I would not purchase again. I just find because they're about the same price, I will definitely just continue to buy the Upswing if I'm going to buy a mascara that's in that like $25, $29 range. This isn't going to be the one. So if you were curious about that, or if you love the Upswing because you heard it from me and you were just wondering if I would like this one, I just wanted to come back and give you an update. So it's a meh for me. All right, another new purchase that I have really been loving are the Larafe brushes. Here are a few of the eye brushes. I did review these along with the Nomad Whistler Snow Lodge palette. So those are kind of like combined together, but I really have been enjoying them. I've used them a lot since I got them. I'm also just dying over this brush. This is the F15. Now, this was included in my purchase as like a free gift. It's not like it was PR or anything. I love PR, but it's not. And I just quickly fell in love with this. So I could definitely see myself purchasing some of the Larafe brushes in like the face brushes, also some more eye brushes. But let's face it, your girl has to just clean what she has. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself right now, but I also need to just do a brush declutter. So I'm not buying any more brushes. You also know that I have the Spectrum Katie Jane Hughes set, an extra one sitting in the roll right now that isn't allowed to come out until I just get my shit together. So I love these. If you want to check them out, I will of course have these linked down below, of course with everything else. Highly recommend. Great synthetic brush, super, super soft and really well made. So just wanted to give you a little update on those as well. So the last couple beauty things we have here are scents, and one of these came about from my recent like fall winter fragrance collection sharing because it was hidden, and I talked about this one. This is Back to Black by Kilian, and I love this, and I've been getting it out because I was like, all right, now is the only time of year that I would wear this, and winter is hopefully only going to be around for a little bit longer. I'm in Wisconsin, it's going to be around for a lot longer, but I'm just dreaming that it's only going to be around for a little bit longer. So this, like I said, it makes me think of like a cigar that's like coated in honey with almost like, there's a little like undertone of like licorice maybe, but that just could be because I'm like shoving it up underneath my nose. But this is so good. If you like, I said this in that video, if you like Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford, but you want something that's like tobacco honey, this would be the way to go. It is also kind of in that like crazy price range like Tom Ford fragrances, but if you like that one, you'd like this one. So I really, really enjoy it. The other one that's like kind of on the other side of life a little bit is Paper and Paper Plus, both of them, but I have Paper Plus here. So Jeremy and I did that exploration kit from Commodity, and these were ones that were in there. And at first, these weren't, I mean, I liked them in that video, but they weren't something that was like really intriguing because they were like light, kind of like skin scents. It's what I have on. I have Paper Plus on right now, and It's like a cozy, snuggly sweater skin scent. Okay, so Paper Plus, or Paper Bold, if you will. This is listed as Earthy Vetiver, Wet Woods, and ISOE Super. So it says it has reminiscent of mossy woods after the rain. Yeah, I don't really get that. Like, that sounds like it's going to be kind of green, and to me this isn't green. It is like, what I was going to say is the regular paper is like woodsy, which this one does say wet wood, so woodsy with a little like almost like peppery note, but not like too spicy. It's so good. So this says that the first 50% is ISOE Super, which that is where I'm getting that skin scent from, by the way. It's that like cozy, like je ne sais quoi, like not a perfume thing. And then we have cedarwood, vetiver, and then that's 15% in that like middle, and then the dry down is going to be sandalwood at the bottom. So that's where you're getting that. So I guess I don't understand why they're saying like mossy woods after rain. Maybe, I guess, like, I don't get that like wet. I don't get that like wet mossy thing. But whatever. All I smell is good, cozy, woodsy, sandalwood, yummy. It's great. So the other one is the regular paper, which is also good. It's just going to be a little less projecting, and it does have like slightly different notes. So in this one, it lists ISOE Super, cedarwood, and sandalwood. So basically the bold version just adds that vetiver in there, which is where I'm getting that more like little bit of like earthy spiciness from, I would bet. So this has really been delicious. Like, it's just that good, like I said, it's gonna be a fragrance, but not really feel like, hi, I'm wearing a fragrance. And you know, that's not everybody's jam. And if it is your jam, that's okay too. I have both ways, where I like people knowing that I'm smelling like something, and sometimes where I don't really. So this is a great one. I love it. I will be putting it on my list of things to maybe get a small size of. I just have so much that I don't need to be getting any big sizes right now, but I did want to let you know I'm really enjoying that. If you did watch that video, boy, if you watched that video and you sat through the whole thing, God love you, because it was a long one. Trying 16 scents and talking about them takes a long time, especially when at one point you have 2 people in there. But anyway, just a little update on that one. Right, one more makeup item that I've really been loving, and this is the Salt New York Sneaky Balm. I have done a review on this. Boy, that was just a whole adventure. I actually did 2 reviews technically and couldn't use one of them because the file was like totally destroyed. But anyway, aside from YouTuber challenges, I've really been enjoying the Sneaky Balm. And I know that some people were saying that they didn't really like keeping it in even like the 4-pack. I know I personally, like when I would try to like get a brush in it, I would pick up some of the surrounding pans. So I put it in this. This is one of the Makeup Geek little like 4 shadow palette. So if you are shopping on the Makeup Geek site and you want something to be able to put this in, obviously it's not like a perfect fit. I just happen to have one on hand, and now that I can protect this balm, and I also feel like it's going to be a bit more airtight than the Salt New York Compact. I mean, this is a little bit more bougie, right? Like, this is sexy and classy. This is just like a nice little basic plastic palette, but I don't care. It's working for me. So also the Sneaky Balm itself is working for me. Let's get back to that. So you know, if you know, that I love a good lightweight finish. Like, I don't need something that is like, looks like a lot of makeup or feels like a lot of makeup. I just want something light to medium coverage, something that's gonna even out some redness, you know, make me feel like I look a little bit more polished. I also have no problem like using a higher coverage concealer to get to the areas that I need to, but I love looking like I still have skin underneath all the makeup. Like, give me all the eyeshadow, obviously, but I just don't like anything that's too high coverage on my face. And this has been perfect. This is not going to be one of those like slap it on at 6 a.m. and still feel confident at 8 p.m. to go out for cocktails kind of thing. Like, this does have a wear time that is a little bit less than a standard foundation because it's a skin tint. Hello, it's also like a little bit more emollient, a little bit more balmy feeling without being like completely greasy, but you do have a bit more glow, which usually means that you're gonna have less wear time. But you could very easily like take this with you, touch it up, no problem. I'm really enjoying it. I love the finish of it. I would say that I get about, on average, like 5 to 7 hours with this. I found that usually if I'm going to be using this and then I want to use the Salt New York blushes, I will pop those on, and then I need to like whisk a little bit of like a powder blush, or at least a setting powder over that, just because like balm on top of balm on top of balm is sort of like, it's just asking for your makeup to sort of like fade from like slippage, you know what I'm saying? So as much as I love all the Salt New York products, I feel like if I'm going to use them stacked on each other, like before, I have no problem using the like contour, the lip and cheek, and then one of the Radiant Cream Tint Pros here, because I usually have like something else underneath. But if I've got this one on and then I do that, that's just a lot of layering of emolliency. So I gotta throw a little powder over it, or I feel like the color just fades a bit. But I love this. I cannot wait to I cannot wait to get a little sun, because I feel like this one is just a tinge too dark for me. I totally make it work, but I probably should have got the shade that's down. By the way, this one is N10. All right, a couple more things, and they have nothing to do with makeup, so that's not your jam. It was great seeing you. Thank you so much for stopping by, but if you want to know the rest of what I've been loving, we're going into that. So this is one of my favorite little, like, I'm not going to call this a sports bra. I'm going to call it like a little pajama bra. So this is from Auden. That's at Target, by the way. And this, I am one of those people that I just like to have something on the girls at all times. I don't like roaming free, if you know what I'm saying. So this for me is a very comfy option to like just kick it around the house or to have to go to sleep in. The reason that I love this is this side here. And I did get it in like a size larger than I normally would if I was wearing it as like a bra, if you will. This here is this little like cutout, and what happens is when you are wearing a like bra or like even a tank top and they come up too high and you get that like rubbing situation, hate that so much. I am short-waisted, and so I would think if anything, a lot of times I have to like take straps up on dresses. If I buy a dress and I get it to fit, I usually have to like take it up a little bit in the shoulder area just because my waist is like shorter. Anyway, problems you didn't need to know about. But so I would think that usually the armhole would come down lower for me on most things. And in fact, normally it does. But for some reason with some like bras or tank tops, it's just like they're like all up in your business. And I hate that. But this just does not do that. This little side here, this like little crossover side action, it just gives enough of a scoop that it's super comfy. I wish it came in more colors. As far as I know, it comes in this like cute, like dusky purple, and then like a boring sort of like cream color. Like, and I have it in the cream as well, but that like cream color sort of gives it that like dingy feel. It doesn't look dingy, but it's not off-white enough, and it's not white. So to me, it just looks like I maybe just like don't know how to do laundry properly, and it's just like funky, you know? So I wish they had other colors. I'm very tempted to go get another purple one for like when I wear this one out, but we probably don't need to be buying backups of makeup or of like little bra thingies, right? Anyway, I love this. I will make sure to have it linked down below in case you don't want to like have to run around and dig through Target. I'll just make sure to find it and I'll link it. So the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is Hungry Root. And Hungry Root is a food delivery service. This is like where I would say it's sort of like a grocery delivery crossed with something like Blue Apron, like a meal delivery thing where you're like actually making the meals. So this has become my crutch. My life is busy. I need to at least know I have a few things on hand that I can make some quick meals with. And I've had Hungry Root now for probably 3 months. Yeah, because I think it was like around Black Friday. It wasn't on Black Friday, but it was like end of November. I think I was up in the middle of the night one night, thanks to really bad cramps, thank you, and started browsing the internet. And I saw Hungry Root, and I was like, interesting. Groceries and like meal service kind of situation. So this is basically, you basically pick your plan and you get credits, if you will, and you can use those towards recipes that will come to you. The recipes have like 3 to 4 things. It is a lot of like pre-made sauces, fresh produce, and then, you know, either like slightly pre-made proteins or even just like raw proteins. So you've got like some convenience foods. They have snacks and different things that you can get as well. Or you can literally just use your credits for whatever the heck you want. And I started out with the recipes and I moved into just usually buying the groceries I want because I know what I like. So I'll kind of like put a little something up here so you guys can see. And some of the things that I've tried from Hungry Root have become true staples. Like got them in recipes and decided, yeah, I basically need to have one of these at all times. So just to tell you a couple of my favorites, I love the Kohlrabi Noodles. If you just love a good like veggie-centric life, or you're trying to be like low carb, keto, these Kohlrabi Noodles are like awesome. They have really great grass-fed meatballs. Those are super easy to do. I like the green chili sauce that they do. We've actually gotten quite a few of the different Hungry Root sauces and they're really good. I am an ingredient enthusiast, and so I really tend to like look through like how much junk is in some of these things, and this is actually a pretty good ingredient deck in my opinion, but I like that they have things listed if you do want to check that out. And you can like swap out within the recipes. You can even swap out items within it. So like if you want to switch up a sauce, or I think you can switch up the proteins. And then like when you sign up, with each delivery you get like a freebie. So it's either the protein of that week, it's the veggie of the week, or they have this like chickpea based cookie dough. It's really good. And of course you can eat it raw or you can bake it, but yeah, it's really good. We got it once and then I was like, never again, this is dangerous. But if that's your jam, you could really enjoy that. So I know that you can reschedule deliveries. You can skip weeks if you don't want them. You can like, you know, kind of move it around. You do have only up until a certain time to edit your cart, of course, just like with anything else, but I've really enjoyed it. You can also go in and like curate what you want to see from them. So that's really nice. It just makes it a little easier when you're shopping. And I just really enjoy it. I will say, I've had a few times where they've sent me the wrong item, or, you know, something has had to change because of availability. The availability thing, like, I think is just a thing in the world right now, right? But the like wrong item thing kind of upsets me, but they always make it right. They always credit my account and it's not a big deal. But like I said, these are just things that I usually do to have as like supplemental stuff throughout the week. I feel like this is getting rambly, but I'm just trying to explain this to you. So that just, now I use that to just like get us the groceries that I know that we want, and I've really enjoyed it. Just having those like things that I know that I can grab quick. A lot of times I'm able to make us dinner in 15-20 minutes, no problem, and it's been awesome. I don't use it every night, and I have times that I like pass on it just because I know that we have a lot in the fridge. But for me, like right now as I'm filming this, I'm going to be out of town teaching some classes in another state for like a Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and so I get home late on Tuesday night, and I have a feeling that nobody will have gone grocery shopping. The fridge fairy will not have arrived, but Hungry Root is arriving that day. So that night we can make a quick dinner. We'll both be fed. Nobody will be hangry. So I think I have a referral code for like, you get $50 off if you use it, something like that. I don't know. I just wanted to share it with all of you, but I will have that link down below. And if you have any questions about Hungry Root, you can always DM me on Instagram. I'm an open book when it comes to anything. I love talking about food just as much as I love talking about makeup. So that is it, lovelies. That is my favorites for February. I hope you've enjoyed getting to hear what I'm loving, and now it's time for you to tell me what you've been loving down in the comments below. I really love getting to chat with all of you, and I appreciate that you take some time out of your day to spend it with me. So that's gonna be it, and I'll see you really soon.